Okay, as promised, here are all of the kitchen cloths and sponges and anything you would need to clean the kitchen. We all know this is my favorite. We talked about this in the live with the kitchen cloth. I'm losing my mind, I swear to you. Just a fantastic little product. And the house is really cute too. We have, I don't know where to start. This is the Enviro Scrub. We talked about this as well. It's got two sides, an Enviro side and a scrubby side. It's very much like the Enviro Sponge, which has a scrubby side and Enviro Cloth side. It's just amazing. They'll last forever. I use these mostly in the bathroom. We'll talk about this in a minute. We have the kitchen cloth, the textured kitchen cloth, and it's pretty much the same as the regular kitchen cloth, but it's bigger. It's square versus being a little bit more rectangle. I can't hold them both at the same time, okay? I haven't used this. It just came as part of my kit. I haven't used it because I love these so much. These are the kitchen cloths. Everything here has backlock except for the fruit and veggie scrub and the dish cloth, okay? These are just amazing. They're a perfect size to clean up any mess. These are what I use primarily in lieu of paper towels for cleaning up a mess. These are the kitchen cloths, and when you look in the catalog, they come in a wide array of colors, just so many pretty colors. These happen to be my 3 favorite colors, so that's what I have. Kitchen towel, and it does not have that feel, okay? That microfiber feel is what I call it. These are amazing. I can use the same kitchen towel for 10 days, 12 days. It dries so quickly. It dries my dishes so quickly. You just have to quickly go over it and it absorbs the moisture. They are just incredibly absorbent. These and these are just incredibly absorbent. I just hang it on my stove. I finally have trained Craig not to grab this one off the stove, but to grab the cloth off of the paper towel holder like I showed you. Sounds like I'm training a dog, but you know what I mean. You know, I needed to be trained to do things differently when I fell in love with Norwex. Everybody needs to be trained to do things differently, just to make it cleaner, no chemicals, and easier. Wonderful, wonderful cloths. 2-year guarantee on all of the Enviro cloths, all of the microfiber cloths, okay? Fruit and veggie scrub. This thing is amazing. Every day, my husband eats apples like crazy. So when I get home from the grocery store with the apples, I just scrub them really good under warm water. And it takes a lot of the wax that they put on, not all of it, but a lot of it off. I have used this to peel carrots. I never use my peeler on carrots anymore. I use it to scrub potatoes. If you scrub hard enough, it will take the peel off. But I like my skins on my potatoes, so it gets all the dirt off the potatoes. If you peel an orange and you go over it, it'll take off all that white pith that gets left after you peel it. Corn on the cob, same thing. It'll take all the strings, satin, whatever you call it, off the corn on the cob. Great little cloth. This is the dishcloth. This thing is monstrous. It's huge. You can cut it. It won't fray. This is so versatile. You can use this to scrub your pans. I think one of the pictures I showed in the before and after was the cast iron pan, just with water. You can use this to clean the bugs and junk and sap and all that stuff off your car. I'm a baker. I love to bake bread. And when you're kneading it or you're doing what you need to do with it on the counter, inevitably you end up with that sticky, gross flour and water mess on your counter. You know, I've tried scraping it off with my dough scraper, and that gets like all the surface stuff off, but I'm still left with a mess on the counter. Honestly, I wet this, I go over it in just 3 sweeps, the counter's perfectly clear. Rinse it under the faucet, go like this, and everything that it traps just falls out. You drop an egg, You know how everybody has dropped an egg, I'm assuming. They are notoriously hard to pick up because they kind of chase away from you as you're trying to wipe it up. You put this down just like this on top of the egg, and you kind of bring it in, squish it in, and then grab it and go like this, and you're going to have that entire egg with maybe just a tiny bit of white left on the counter, and you can just dump it in your sink and go. You can use this to strain vegetables. Say you've got grapes. You bring them home from the market. You can put this in your sink, pull the grapes off the stems, which is how I do it, and then I throw them in a bowl. But put this in your sink first, and it catches all the grapes. When you're done, pick it up, rinse it under the water, shake it off, and let them dry, and then you can just dump them in your bowl. It's a great, inexpensive cloth. I use this all the time. This is the Sperry sponge. It's kind of an abrasive. You wouldn't want to use this on a non-stick pan, but it would be great to use with the cleaning paste if you don't have the Mighty Mesh scrubber or the Spearnet. It'll get stuck on. We had ant traps because we have in Florida what are called little ghost ants. You can just barely see them. They're just prevalent everywhere. And one of the traps leaked, and it's got like a sticky goo in it, and I picked it up with this with no problem off my counter. So this is the Sperry sponge. We talked a little bit about the EnviroSponge. I mean, it's big. It's a big sponge, but you can get rid of those Scotch-Brites, or what are they, the Dobie netted cleaning things. Those things stink. They stink. This has the back lock in it. It won't stink. Just rinse it out, dry it, and let it stand to dry. I got the neatest little stand on Amazon, and I'll show it to you at the end of the video. It's great for at the sink. My favorite little buddy, the Mighty Mesh pot scrubber, and the Spearnet. Now, I will admit, I mean, I had Meredith get this, a friend of mine also got it, and I'm not that big of a fan just because it kind of falls apart and it stretches out, but you can just put it right back together the way it was. But what a difference it makes having the handle to hold. And the nice part is there's a YouTube video out there that shows you how to take the handle off and you replace it with a new Spearnet. So that's a good thing. This is the dish mat. It's brand new. It's got back lock, so it will kill the bacteria. This side is kind of netted, so the water seeps through it. It will hold, I think they said a cup of water, cup and a half of water. In the RV, we don't have room to put a dish drainer, so I have one that I got at Bed Bath & Beyond, but they get soaking wet, and then I have to wipe my counter because the counter gets wet. So this has the mesh on this side, and it's got a microfiber on this side. So the water goes through, you put it mesh side up, the water goes through, the microfiber holds the water, and then you just hang it to dry. There's a little hook to hang it, and when it's dry, you can fold it up and put it under your sink or whatever you want to do with it. Craig, would you mind getting me the thing on the counter, please? The soap thing. The holder, that too. Sorry, I should have had this over here. He's such a great guy. I'll shut the video off in a minute. This is the holder that I got on Amazon. It's great. It holds, I keep the EnviroSponge here. I keep the Mighty Mesh pot scrubber here. I've got my Norwex dish detergent. And people will look at this too and say, oh my gosh, that's expensive for dish liquid. But it's also ultra concentrated. You can put just one little dime-sized squirt on your EnviroSponge and wash all of your dishes. If you're one of those people, I'm not, that fill up your sink with soapy water, just one little boom will do it. Okay, so it will last a long, 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 long time. My last little hint is I bought these at IKEA. They come in a package of 4 for like 10 bucks. They're little spice shakers. And what I put in here was some of my powdered dish detergent, powdered laundry detergent. So if I make a real mess, like when I cleaned the stove with the grease, what you can do is fill your sink with some hot water, open it up, it's got a little sprinkle top, and it's got a little spoon top. All you have to do is literally go 1, 2, 3 in the water and soak the EnviroCloth in there for a few minutes, scrub it together, rinse it out, and it's good to go. It's for those in-between washes. I have so much of it now that I have one of those collapsible baskets right outside the laundry room door. And when something gets dirty, I just throw it in until the basket's full, and then I wash them all at once. But this is a handy dandy little thing to have if some of you wanted to go in, if you go to IKEA, and share the package. It's really, I gave one to my mom. I've given a couple away as gifts. So there you have it. There's your cloths. I think I'm going to do the drawing a little bit later than I said at 6 o'clock. I might do it more like 6:30, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, only because I want people that are working today to have a chance to look at anything, ask questions. I don't want you to feel that because I did the drawing, it's over. You can ask questions whenever you want. The page will stay open forever. I've put an invitation on Meredith's page to join my VIP page, and you'll get a lot of information on there. And I definitely do not spam you. I usually do 2 posts a week on Tuesday and Thursday or Friday, sometimes Saturday if I'm really busy. But it's just a really good place to get discounts and to learn some new tricks to use your existing products. All right, so thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you, and I'll see you tonight at, let's say 8 o'clock. I'll do the drawing. Okay, so thank you very much. Bye-bye.